Peace. What's going on, everybody? Give everybody a chance to tune on in before we start building on the topic for the day. Hopefully, everybody having a powerful Sunday thus far. Got some heavy information we want to build on today, so I'm going to give everybody a chance to tap in with me. Joy the Serpent, man. What's going on with you, my brother? Dominique, what's going on with you, my brother? TZ, what's going on with you, bro? Magic Realms, what's going on? Miss Donnie, Airview, peace. What's going on? How everybody living? Oh yeah, Joey, we definitely building today, man. This was actually something that somebody requested that I talk about, man. So I got an interesting perspective in regards to this particular subject matter. And I'm gonna bring up some things that you may or may not have thought about in regards to a broken home. Shine, peace, what's going on? Miss Donnie, yeah, yesterday we was going in. We was going in. Yeah, yesterday was a wonderful build. I had time. Every time I got time, it's always a good stream, always a great stream. But yeah, we gonna tap in, man. We're gonna talk about broken homes, man. We're gonna talk about broken homes. And a lot of people, like I said, it's another way to view broken homes that a lot of people tend to not think about. See, when we think of broken homes, traditionally, we just gonna think about, you know, mother and father dysfunction. Maybe they separated, whatever the case may be. But you can have a broken home with a mother and father in the house, in the home, and it can still be broken. It can still be broken. I see that all the time. You got mother and father present in the life. They all in the house together, but yet it's still broken. So we can have that. You can have that. The parents don't necessarily have to be separated for the home to be broken. And a lot of people don't understand that. A lot of people don't understand that you can have dysfunction while the mother and the father are still together. You can have that broken home while the mother and father are still together. So you don't have to have a situation where it's a single parent household just for the home to be considered broken. You can have both parents in the equation and it's still a broken home. And a lot of people don't understand that. Just because you got two parents present don't necessarily mean that the home is not broken. So that's something that I want to touch on as well, man. We just don't want to assume that broken home means single parent household. Not necessarily what that means all the time. I've seen plenty of two parent households where a situation is just as dysfunctional and sometimes even more dysfunctional than a single parent household. So stop assuming. And I'm one of them individuals where I come from the two parent household, and a lot of people make a lot of assumptions thinking that thing's sweet because you got both parents. I'm like, nah, we still got our problems just like you would have your problems, man. It's just different. So one of the things we need to stop doing is comparing problems, saying, well, you don't listen, I came from a single parent household, you came from a two parent household, therefore you privileged or something like that. Like, nah, man, we all go through our little situations, man. We all go through our situations. So it ain't I really feel like it's ignorant for us to continue to compare situations and say, well, since you had both parents, everything must have been all right for you. No, that's not what that means. Not what that means at all. Like I said, you can have both parents in the picture and it still be very dysfunctional and toxic. And a lot of times what you get in some of those situations is that the parents are staying together for the sake of the children. Meanwhile, they don't like each other. They hate each other. That's toxic. That's toxic. That's toxic. That's dysfunctional. That's destructive. Shakira, peace. What's going on? Yeah, Joey the Serpent. And like I said, man, that broken home can mean a lot of different things. It can mean a lot of different things. Antoinette, peace. What's going on, Queen? Yeah, Magic Rims. And like I said, for the most part, you see a lot of people try to stay together for the sake of the children again. Meanwhile, the whole relationship is toxic. So like You doing more harm than good when you do that. Winter Soldier, peace, what's going on? Taka Zulu, peace, what's going on? Yeah, Dominique, and that's the thing. That's the thing. So it's a lot missing when we say, okay, she had a father in her life, he had a mother in her life. Like, it's certain things that just because you got the mother and the father, like it's certain attributes or certain characteristics that they may not possess. And that child may seek those things elsewhere. So it's a lot that can be missing, man. It's a lot that can be missing, even if you got both parents. And a lot of people do not understand that. So I just wanted to touch on that to say, just because we saying broken home don't necessarily mean it's just a single parent household. You can have both parents and it still be broken. But with that being said, broken homes, and what I said, it equates to or equals a broken mind. This is an actual fact. This is an actual fact. For the most part, you have a very small percentage of people that come from these backgrounds that make something out of it. But for the most part, when you come from that dysfunction, when you come from that toxicity, that is what it's going to breed: more toxicity, more dysfunction. Hence why when you look at the world today, you see a lot of dysfunction. You see a lot of toxicity. You see these toxic relationships. You see these dysfunctional relationships. Where do you think they got it from? Where do you think the youth got it from? Man, they were brought up in it. So if you were brought up in it, you think that's the way things are supposed to be subconsciously. So you start seeking out those type of relationships. You saw how that person was treating your mother, and you think that's the way you're supposed to treat women, and vice versa. Subconsciously, this is what's happening. That's why I say we got to be mindful in regards to who we choose to have around children and who we choose to have relationships with, period. Got to be mindful. Of course, when you're young, you probably gonna make some bad decisions in that regards, but you got to learn from them. And that's why I tell people to get in tune with yourself. You got to be in tune with yourself to figure out what it is that you're going to need in regards to a relationship, because we got to break the cycle of broken homes, dysfunctional homes, toxic homes. In order to do that, we got to analyze ourselves and see what it is that we need, not necessarily what it is that we want. A lot of times we strive for, we seek what we want. We go after what we want. Whole while what we need was right in front of our face, but we ignoring that, we overlooked that. It's just like I said, with the way that you need to eat. We go for the foods that we want, ignoring the foods that we need. The foods that we need more beneficial for us, elevates the health, improves the health. But we're going to go after the foods that we want, which is destroying the health. And we know why we go over the foods why we go toward the foods that we want, man. They may taste better. They got that appeal to them. The foods that are good for our health, like they may be bland. We overlooking them because they bland. They don't taste as good. But they gonna make you feel that much better in the long run. So you got to look at people in that same light. You got to look at people in that same light. On the surface, things may look good, but think about the long-term implications or ramifications behind involving yourself with that particular person. Got to do that. Got to do that, man. Got to look at it from a long-term perspective to prevent you from making that mistake. So look at what you need. Analyze people like you analyzing the food. What vitamins and minerals does this person contain? Are they beneficial for me? Are they toxic for me? Is this person processed, grafted, genetically modified? Is this person organic, original? You got to analyze people like that, man. You got to analyze people like that. But in order to first analyze those people, you got to analyze yourself and see what it is that you need. See what it is that you lack. Again, it's like a diet or a regimen. See what it is that you lack. Then you're going to consume the foods that give you exactly what you need. Life is the same way. You got to look at it what you lack. And you got to say, all right, this person has exactly what I lack. They complement me. But like I said, for the most part, we don't do that. We don't operate like that. CC, peace, what's going on? Oh, Dominique. Man, Cormega said a great line in a song. He said, fixed incomes don't repair broken homes. And man, that line is deep. That line is deep. All the money in the world, once again, it can't repair that broken home. If things are dysfunctional, things are toxic, man, you can't just throw money at the problem and think that that's going to fix it. Point blank, period, man. If you wasn't in your child's life, then just throwing money at them is not going to fix the situation. It's not going to create a bond. It's not going to do that. It's not going to do that, man. So this money is not going to necessarily mend the problem. So we got to stop throwing money at these problems, throwing money at these situations and expecting that to solve all the problems, because that's not. That's not, especially when we're looking at things on that emotional and that mental level. Money not going to solve those type of issues, man. And a lot of people seem to think so, but it's not. It's not. That money can't, listen, that money can't replace that time. That time that you could have been spending with your child, man, that money can't buy that back. That time was missed. That time was missed, man. That money can't do anything to give you that time back, to rewind time and say, all right, now I'm about to spend that time that I missed with you. Money cannot do that. It cannot do that. And that time that you spend with a person, that creates that bond. That creates that bond. Joy the Serpent. Really, a lot of people, it ain't love out here for the most part. It's an obsession. A lot of people are simply obsessed. And they trying to say that it's love, but a lot of people are obsessed, attached, and all of that, man. And that leads to trauma. That leads to dysfunction. That leads to the toxicity that I'm talking about. Just an obsession, man. We are obsessed, like I said, with statuses and labels and things of that nature, man. And that's not healthy. Not healthy at all. It's not healthy at all. Yeah, Dominique. And that's another thing, too. Never jump into a relationship because you can't handle being alone. Again, that's attachment, man. That leads to a lot of people being in bad situations. A lot of people just feeling like they can't be alone, that they need to be in a relationship. You should never feel like that. You should never feel like that, man. That's going to lead to you making a terrible decision. You're going to rush into something simply because you feel like you need to be in it. That's negative. That's negative. That's not the way to move. That's not the way to operate. Take your time. Slow down. Deal with yourself. Let things come to you. Stop trying to force things. Stop trying to rush things, especially when it's things as deep as a relationship, man. Like, that's an important decision that you're going to make in life. So you got to make a good decision. You got to be on point with that decision. You can't just be rushing into something, man, because, again, there's plenty of people out here preying on you. They preying on your vulnerability. So you got to know and understand that. You got to know and understand that. Oh, see, man, because, hey, a lot of these celebrity relationships be all artificial. A lot of these celebrities are artificial that sold themselves out. So it don't surprise me that a lot of their relationships don't last long. You dealing with two artificial people for the most part. A lot of these celebs don't be happy, man. Hollywood, that made them artificial. It made them fake. So a lot of them are not happy with themselves at all because they done sold themselves out. They can't be their original self. They done had to live this life for so long. They done had to live this life for so long. So it don't surprise me that a lot of that stuff don't end up working, because we dealing with two artificial individuals that they had to lie to themselves for a long time, man. So they are very unhappy. They have no knowledge of themselves whatsoever. Whatsoever. Ms. Donnie, most definitely got to check yourself. A lot of times we don't do that. People jumping from relationship to relationship. Now you got to check yourself. Do the knowledge to yourself. Do the knowledge to yourself, man. You was just in a relationship that failed. Do the knowledge to what just went down in that relationship before you go hop into another one, man. Examine yourself. Examine that last relationship. What made you happy in that last relationship? What made you mad in that last relationship? Why didn't it work? Instead, we be just so ready to move on, go to another relationship. No, be in a solid relationship with yourself first. Because we got a lot of people, a lot of children are being forced to suffer because of our irresponsible decisions out here. which is what is leading to the broken homes. So again, we got to think about the future when we make these decisions, man. We causing these children that haven't asked to be here. We causing them to suffer because we making irresponsible decisions. We all caught up in the moment. We caught up in ideas. We caught up on statuses and things of that nature, making these irresponsible and these bad decisions. And now these children have to suffer through our dysfunction, through our toxicity. All because we wasn't taking in mind the future when we was making these decisions, man. All we wanted to do was fulfill a desire, a lust, or whatever the case may be. So we got to stop being selfish, man, because again, man, you got to understand who's really suffering when the home is dysfunctional. We got to understand when the relationship is dysfunctional and there are children involved, who is suffering. Who is suffering the most? It's the child, man. The child ain't asked to be here. Now the child is forced to split time with a mother and father, all because you choosing to be dysfunctional. All because you made an irresponsible decision in regards to who you wanted to sleep with and things of that nature. You went after what you wanted, not what you needed. Come on now. We got to stop doing that. It's selfish. It's selfish. And a lot of people be acting like, man, they didn't know. I didn't know such and such was like this. Man, you knew it. 9 times out of 10, man, these people going to show you or reveal their true colors. We just tend to overlook a lot of it because we be so caught up in the moment. We be so caught up in that lust, caught up in those desires. But they showing you those true colors, man. You just overlooking them. So overlook them joints. That's all you did. They let you know they was trash the moment they met. You just overlooked it because you were so caught up on appearance. That's all. That's it. You overlooked it. You let a lot of things slide. But then when a child is brought into existence, now you can't let these things slide. You can't do it. But before the child, you let a lot of this stuff slide. You let a lot of those things slide, man. They put it right into your face. You let it slide because you were so caught up in appearance. You was caught up in this lust, this desire, the pleasure, all of that type of stuff. It's caught up in it. And it caused you to take an L. Now you want to act brand new to the situation and say you ain't know such and such was like that. You knew it. You just overlooked it. You just ignored it. You ain't want to accept it. You thought you can change somebody, things of that nature. And stop doing that too. It's not your job to change somebody. It ain't your job to get with somebody and think you finna change them. It's not your job, man. If you with somebody with the sole intention of thinking that you about to change this person, that's not gonna work. That never works. Why would you want to be with somebody that you think you gotta change? That's trash, man. That's trash. You should be with somebody that values evolution and growth and development just like you. You should not be with somebody saying, okay, I can change this person. Negative. Negative. Oh, Lindell, man, a lot of that's happening. And you even getting that on the vice versa end. You got mothers out here touching the young boys too. It's crazy. World is crazy out here. And people be taking the side of the adult, telling the child they lying. And this is what's funny to me. Because then a lot of people want to act like they don't understand why some women never come forward in regards to like being raped and molested and things of that nature. I'm like, it starts as a child. How many times have y'all seen or been around a child that was molested, brought it up to the adults, and adults was like, that ain't happened? Man, this is not anything that's new. This has been happening. So when y'all act like y'all don't understand why some of these women never come forward in regards to being molested, man, come on now. This has been happening. This has been happening to where they discredit the child after the child said, my uncle touched me inappropriately. And they like, nah, your uncle ain't do that. This is why a lot of these women don't come forward. Because it done been happening to them. And they done been told, people done been trying to discredit them. So come on now, stop acting brand new. Stop acting like y'all don't know why some of these women wait until other women come out and say certain things. Now, granted, you have situations where some of these women are lying. But for the most part, I can understand why some of these women don't say anything because they done been discredited. They done been discredited, man. I done seen this happen growing up, man. I done seen this happen. Oh, Magic Rims, no doubt. No doubt. Thunder Scorpion, peace. What's going on with you, my brother? Yeah, Dominique, man. Listen, the celebrity life, man. Like those relationships are dysfunctional for a lot of different reasons. A lot of different reasons, man. It's a lot of reasons why you will have dysfunctional relationships from them celebrities. A lot of different reasons, man. Just the lifestyle that they live, man. A lot of them just be doped up on drugs, man. The stress that comes with not being able to go out in public without people harassing you. So they just deal with a lot of different things that we don't have to necessarily deal with being the average person. So they dealing with a whole new level of stress, man. And that causes a lot of problems in and of itself. But people think that since these celebrities have money, for some reason, that's supposed to make their relationships a lot more smoother. And no, that's not how that works. Andrew, peace, what's going on? Dominique, man, the best advice I tell people, man, is just slow it down. Slow it down. Focus on yourself, man. Maybe you don't need to be in a relationship right now, man. You keep hopping into these relationships, ain't nothing working. You keep finding yourself dealing with toxic men, toxic women, whatever the case may be. Take some time to yourself. Figure yourself out. Oh, Taka Zulu, I can imagine, man. Listen, rushing is never a good thing. Rushing is never a good thing, man. Never jump into a relationship, man. Especially when the last relationship you were in didn't end on the best of terms. Like, never be so quick to rush into another. Just don't do it. Take some time to yourself, man. That'd be the best thing that you can do. Because if not, you're going to end up making the same mistakes, man, because you didn't give yourself time to analyze what just went wrong, what just happened. You didn't give yourself time, man. You got to give yourself time to analyze what really just happened. I was in this relationship for 5 years and it didn't work. What just happened? That was 5 years of my time. What happened? Why didn't that work? Instead, people just looking for the next relationship. Joey the Serpent, the inner work is the only important thing. It's the only important thing. The inner work is the only important thing, man. You must do the inner work. That is the priority, the number one priority, doing the inner work. Yeah, Thunder Scorpion, man, allow me to reintroduce myself to myself. It's what you got to do. It's what you got to do. Nine your piece, what's going on? Yeah, Dominique, man, you got to be that friend to self. And a lot of people, like I said, a lot of people not friends with themselves. And that's sad and that's tragic. Yeah, CC, and that's what I be, man. Listen, these kids, these children, and we were once in that position because none of us asked to be here. None of us asked to be here. None of us, man. We were created, you know. So I feel like the least you can do if you're going to decide to bring life into existence is at least try to provide that child with a suitable environment that allows them to grow and prosper, not a dysfunctional environment that's going to destroy them. And then wonder why they walking down a certain path. Like, the least you can do is just try to make sure the environment is conducive for their growth and development. I'm not necessarily saying that both parents have to be in the home. Listen, it's plenty of single parent households where everything is right and exact. People doing a co-parenting thing, right and exact. So you got plenty of these situations. Got plenty of these situations happening. And that's all I'm asking. If you're going to make the decision to bring life into existence, even if you so-called didn't make the decision or didn't plan it and it happened, least you can do is make sure you get that child a conducive environment for it to grow and prosper. It's the least you can do. It's the least you can do. That is your duty at that particular point. That came from you. So that's your duty to create an environment that's conducive for that child to grow and develop. Not an environment for that child to be destroyed and unhealthy. Ms. Donnie, and that's what's happening. Man, they be having kids, man, instead of spending time with them, they creeping out late night, still doing the same things they was doing when they was 17 and 18. Like, it's childish. At some point, like I said, you got to realize that you done been on this planet for a minute, and you got to start acting like that, man. You done been on this planet 30 plus years. Act like it, man. Stop acting like you just was born yesterday. Like, come on, at some point, you got to realize your duty. At some point, you got to grow up. At some point, you got to evolve. At some point, you got to improve, develop, things of that nature. Again, we always talk about how we over-sexualize, man. Some people can't put those desires, some people put those desires ahead of the children, just like Donnie was saying, man. Like, is it that serious, yo? Is it that serious? And for some, it is. And that's sick. Oh, Thunder Scorpion, having kids not only don't fix a relationship, but having kids don't necessarily make a person become better and more responsible. That's what people don't understand. That people don't understand that at all. People think that just because somebody had a kid and became a mother or a father, that all of a sudden they're gonna act like one. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen at all. Just because this person became a mother or father, don't mean that this person gonna go from trash to great. Nope. Nope. Having kids changes certain people, but it don't change everybody. Some people still remain trash even when they become a mother or a father. So having kids don't fix relationships, and it don't necessarily transform a person either. And a lot of people assume that, oh man, you should, man, nope. Some people have kids and they remain trash. The same type of trash they were before the kid. Yeah, Miss Donnie, it's not your job at all to change a grown person at all. So I don't know why you would even go into a relationship with that type of mentality. Like, yeah, I can change that person. Nah, man, why would you want to do that? Why would you want to do that? Yeah, Dominique. And again, sometimes you can go right into a relationship and it work out for you. But for the most part, it's like, man, if you just was in a relationship, man, and it didn't end the greatest, man, I feel like, man, that's just time. You need to take that time to yourself. You need to just figure some things out, focus on yourself for a minute. Quit trying to distract yourself from yourself. And a lot of times that's what hopping into relationships is doing. Like, you afraid to be alone for a split for a split second. So you try and distract yourself from that reality, man. Maybe that was a sign that you need to be alone instead of trying to force or rush into something. And a lot of times that's the case. Yeah, Magic Realms. And that's one of my, listen, nobody on this planet is about to change me. Like, you better not express those type of sentiments towards me, because it's not going to fly. It's not going to fly. If you think you're about to change anything about me, think again. I don't allow anybody to dictate my evolution, my growth, or whatever it is, whatever you want to call it. I don't allow anybody to dictate that. If you can't accept me for who I am, then we need not be together at all. We need not be together at all, because I'm not about to try to change anybody at all. All I'm going to do is live my truth. And if living my truth inspires you to make certain changes, so be it. So be it. But I'm not about to be trying to change who a person is. Not doing that. Again, like Ms. Donnie said, not my responsibility, not my job, not my duty. My duty is to focus on myself and be the best version of myself that I can be. Once I do that, everything is going to fall in line. It's not my duty to look at another person and say, I'm finna change this person. Not my duty at all. Nanya, man, that's the norm, man. You would be hard pressed to find a woman that hasn't been molested, and that's what I be trying to tell brothers, man. We sitting over here, we be talking all bad about these women, man. We don't understand what they have really been going through, and then not only have they been molested, but then they be molested by men in their family. So a lot of times when people hear me talk about protecting black women and things of that nature, man, like, these women, like, these, you a young lady, you 5 or 6, and you'd have been touched by your uncle. Like, man, they didn't ask for that, and that's gonna scar you for life. It's gonna scar you for life, man. You 5 or 6, young lady, and you done been molested by your uncle. How you supposed to get over that? The same uncle that you got to see at every family function. And then every time you didn't try to tell somebody about it, they didn't discredit you and they told you that didn't really happen like that. And you know it happened. So a lot of times, man, I feel like it's real unnecessary for us to be sitting here as grown men bashing women like that, man. Because like I said, for the most part, they done dealt with a lot. And a lot of what they have dealt with has come from immediate family members that they got to see on a consistent basis. Not saying that some of the brothers ain't got to deal with some of that, But man, these sisters have been through a lot in regards to being molested, raped, and things of that nature. They have dealt with a lot. Man. So I feel like we should have more sympathy in regards to just how we talk about them, how we treat them. Got to understand what you're dealing with. That's one of the reasons why a lot of them deal with insecurity. Man, you done been scarred. You done been scarred since you was 5 or 6. You was touched by your uncle, touched by your cousin. We ain't talking about touched by some random person. No, this is a person who you trusted that touched you. So come on, man. We got to be a little more understanding. And this is a thing amongst a lot of women. Dominique, and before I even said what I said, that's what I'm talking about. Look how crazy that is. Look how crazy that is, man. And yet we want to talk bad about these women out here, man. We don't understand half of the stuff they done went through. So that's why I don't really care to talk bad about them like that, man. I don't really care to degrade a woman. And that's another thing, man. I don't even care. Listen, I don't care what you feel about the woman, man. I don't care if you feel like the woman ain't attractive and she got high standards or whatever the case may be. I still don't feel right. I still don't feel right to sit here and bash women like that, man. These women have been through some things, man. They've been through some things, man. And as a grown man, I'm just not about to sit here and bash women. I don't understand how people get off on that. I don't understand how grown men get off on that. Because I didn't just witness women go through some things that I can only imagine. Like I'd never have to go through. Just imagine getting raped, but then getting pregnant by the person that raped you. What we know about that? Like a man, we can never experience that. Like that is something that we could literally never experience. You can't be a man, get raped by a woman, and then she impregnates you. Like that can't happen to us. Literally, that cannot happen. But you know how many women that didn't happen to? They done been raped, molested, and then got impregnated. Come on, man. We can't relate to that, man. We can't understand that. We can't just tell her to move on, forget that, forgive that person. Man, I don't know if I could forgive that. You forced to make a decision on whether or not you want to keep this child that you didn't even ask to have. Like somebody raped you. You know what I mean? Like we don't understand what that feels like, man. And a lot of that has happened. And it's continuing to happen. Dominique, man, and like I said, that those type of experiences take the life out of the woman. Take the life out of them. But then when I say, and it's crazy that, Dominique, those situations take a lot out of the woman. But then when I sit here and say protect black women, dudes want to come at my neck. When I say that. But look at these situations that I'm talking about. People out here getting raped by their uncle, getting raped by their cousins. And y'all get mad at me for saying protect. So the women that got raped, you 5, you 6, you 7, you 8, you 9, you 10, you getting touched by your uncle. You telling me they deserve that? Simply because you done had a few bad experiences with women? You think that young girl deserved to be touched by her uncle? And now she done grown up into this woman that don't trust dudes. And now you got a problem with her because her uncle touched her at 10 and she didn't ask for that. And then you mad at me for saying protect that? Come on, man. We so quick to talk bad about these sisters and we not quick to try to understand why they are the way that they are. Maybe the reason why she treating you the way that she treated you is because of how she was treated back in the day. Just like you done had some bad experiences in your upbringing, and that led to some toxic traits in regards to how you treat women. So come on now, they have experienced things that have led to bad characteristic traits within them. We not perfect, man, especially if you done been through some traumatizing experiences in life. Yeah, Thunder Scorpion, that's dangerous. That's dangerous. Need somebody to tell you what to do. That's dangerous. Really though, Peace, what's going on? Andrew, that's definitely why it's important to be grateful, man. Especially if these people didn't experience some things that you have never experienced. Be grateful. Like, man, I can only imagine, man, what it's like to go through that. You just got to be grateful, man. There's people that have been through some serious situations in life, man, and some of them came out all right. So listen, it's a lot of people that have been through way worse than what you're going through, and they came out on top. So what's stopping you from coming out on top? That's what I started asking people. Oh, Cece, I can only imagine. I can only imagine how that is. I've seen that as well. They put everything before the kids. Like you said, the pets, the partying, just anything, man. The liquor, the weed. I see people put the weed before the kids. Whatever you can think of, they putting it before the kids. I have seen that, literally. I've seen it. Oh, Denisha, no doubt. Definitely can see that. You say kids definitely highlight all the areas that you need to work on. Crazy thing about it is a lot of people still don't work on those areas. And that's what's sad about it. That's what's sad about it. Oh, really though. 100% agree. 100% agree. Yeah, Dominique, and you have, a lot of them toxic parents, they say, I brought you in this where I could take you out. Again, world we ain't asked to be in. So you could eliminate that threat. Yeah, you brought me in here, but I ain't asked to be here. You know what I mean? I ain't asked to be here. So, okay, come again with another threat. Especially if you was a trash parent, man, don't threaten them like that. You shouldn't be threatening a child in the first place like that. Oh yeah, Andrew, man. Like I said, being an adult, a lot of this stuff, a lot of these things are just labels, statuses, titles. They don't mean anything. Literally, man. They don't mean anything. It's all about the person, man. It's all about the person. We can call somebody an adult. That don't necessarily make them wise and intelligent and responsible and all of that good stuff, man. Yeah, CC, raising that child in a respectable manner is definitely a huge responsibility. And it's not easy. Oh, Lindell, no doubt. Oh, no doubt. No doubt. That's definitely an actual fact. Yeah, Magic, and it be crazy, man. People try to people try to change you, man. They get with you because they see some type of potential in you or whatever. They got this image of you, and they don't care about how you see yourself and where you see yourself going in the future. They got this whole image for you. So they trying to control your narrative. Can't be with a person like that. Can't be with a person like that at all. Can't be with a person like that. And CC say, if you don't mind me asking, how is she trying to change you? I hear God say it a lot. And I can answer that on my behalf a few times. I had situations, not even gonna lie to you, I had situations where I was in relationships where people was trying to get me to get upset. So they basically, and how that was trying to change me, because I got a cool demeanor, right? So I just be chilling for the most part, man. I'm not going out of my way to be confrontational. I don't like confrontation. So I chill a lot. I'm cooling. I'm not bothering anybody. You know, that's how I move. That's how I operate. This person was basically trying to bring that other side up out of me on a more consistent basis. And I'm like, man, that's not me. That ain't how I operate. So stop trying to bring that side out of me on a consistent basis, man. Allow me to be the chill person that I am. Allow me to be the cool person that I am. Stop trying to bring that savage side out of me, because I do have that bad temper. But for the most part, I'm not going out of my way to try to activate it. So this person was trying to get me to activate that side because apparently that was something that they liked. But I'm like, I don't want to be that person. That's not me. For the most part, I'm cool and I'm chilling. So that wasn't working. That wasn't working at all. Dominique, and that's what I'm saying, man. Just imagine having to be around a person that molested you, that raped you, in outings and settings that's supposed to be peaceful and happy and joyful and things of that nature. You can't even be happy when you're around your family because you see a dude that molested you, like things of that nature. And then when you walking around depressed, everybody getting on you because you depressed, because you sad, because you angry. And you like, I'm angry because y'all keep bringing this dude that molested me to the function. So you can't even be depressed. You can't even be unhappy because everybody going to interrogate you. So, man, that's just a bad situation all across the board. Man, Thunder Scorpion, some of the things that people have told me that can happen to them, I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, wait a second. Some stuff I could never fathom doing, especially to a family member. Like, some stuff just wicked out here, man. Yeah, Magic Realms, man. And like I said, that's common. And I'm trying hard. If y'all ain't seen y'all see me on Facebook and even on here sometime. I'm trying hard to neutralize that. I can't stand it, man. I can't stand to see it, man. I just feel like that's something that men don't do. At least like I just feel like a mature man just not doing that. Like I'm not out here, listen. Never in my life I'm about to be sitting out here telling a woman what she's worth, what she deserves. I'm not telling anybody that for the most part. I'm telling people that you deserve the best, man. You deserve the best. You deserve the greatest. Who am I to tell somebody that anything like that is unrealistic? But we got plenty of people out here, man, that possess that type of mentality, think they got the right to tell somebody that they need to think on a more realistic level, or the way that they thinking is unrealistic. Come on, who giving us the authority to do that? Man, I don't have the authority to be telling somebody that. Who am I? Who am I to be telling somebody, hey, you don't deserve that. You need to lower those standards. You need to increase your stand. Like, I'm not, listen, whatever you think you deserve, bro, that's what you think you deserve. And I hope you get it. That's the energy that I'm coming with. Whatever you think you deserve, sis, that's what you deserve. And I hope you get it. As long as you operating in a way that's respectable and responsible. Now, the people that's operating in a dysfunctional light, then you finna get what you deserve, man. But if you conducting yourself in a righteous manner and an upstanding manner, man, I hope you get everything that you deserve. And you gonna get everything that you deserve when you conduct yourself in that type of manner, So I'm not about to sit here and tell you that you don't deserve whatever it is you think you deserve when you conduct yourself in a certain type of manner. I'm not finna do that. I don't have the right to do that, man. I don't have the authority to do that. I don't have the power to do that. That's not on me. I'm not here to shoot down somebody's confidence and self-esteem. I'm not here to do that. I know what it feels like to have somebody tell you that you're not worth nothing, that you're not going to be anything in life. I didn't have that stuff told to me as a child, so I know how it feels. I know how that can sting when somebody tell you that you ain't going to be nothing, when somebody tells you that you need to lower your standards. I had teachers back in the day in school tell me that the colleges that I was looking at going to, I needed to get more realistic. The same thing that happened to Malcolm X happened to me. Malcolm X broke down his dreams and aspirations to a teacher, and that teacher told him to be more realistic. Same thing happened to me. That's why I resonate with Malcolm. So I done had those type of situations in real life. So I know what it feels like to have somebody tell you that, man, what you thinking about is unrealistic. I know how that impacts you. I know how that kills your confidence and your self-esteem. And that makes you feel terrible about yourself. So I already know how that feels. And I don't wish that feeling on nobody. So I'm not about to push that type of energy. I'm not pushing that type of energy on nobody, man. And I feel like that's trash. I feel like you are a trash human, a trash person if you doing that. If you killing somebody's confidence and you killing somebody's self-esteem, I don't care how you feel about that person. It's not your duty to be out here killing somebody's self-esteem. I just don't care. I don't care, man. A lot of people feel some type of way when I say that type of stuff, man, but I just don't care. That's just not my role. That's not my duty. I don't even care if they ask me, man. I'm not going to discourage anybody because I was on the receiving end of stuff like that when I didn't ask for it. That stuff can go a long way, man. That stuff can go a long way. That stuff can go a long way. So I keep it optimistic, man, because again, I was given those harsh words. And luckily, I was able to do a lot of the things that people said I wasn't able to do. Hence why I don't speak that type of energy on nobody, because again, a lot of people said I wasn't going to be able to do some things and I did them. So who's right? Who's wrong? Oh, see, I could definitely see that. I could definitely see that. From my experience, that's an actual fact. DJ Elmo, peace, what's going on? And Nikki, I do not understand it. Do not understand it. Like I said, I don't care what you went through in life. It just doesn't make any sense for you to be sitting there bashing women 24/7. 24/7. And like I said, people do this. You have platforms that are dedicated to bashing women. So this is a thing out here. So it's not like this is not a thing. It's not like we over exaggerate. This is a thing. Yeah, Thunder Scorpion, everybody getting touched these days, and it's sad. And Nanya, that be the thing I be talking about. If you dealing with the sister and she is not open to healing, then don't stress yourself out. And vice versa. If you dealing with a brother and the brother is broken and he not open to some healing, leave the brother. Nobody is holding a gun to your head saying you must be with this person. You must repair this person. You must fix this person. Ain't nobody holding a gun to your head. You must heal together with this. Nobody is doing that. If that person is not open to healing, if that person don't think that they broken, if that person don't think anything is wrong with them, yet it's something obviously wrong with them. Listen, nobody is forcing you to be with that person and be in that situation. Nobody. Nothing. Nobody is forcing you. Yeah, Magic Realms weak 100%. Thunder Scorpion, I have watched that trauma. I have watched that trauma impact a lot of people. And a lot of people don't be understanding that. A lot of people don't be understanding that. Ms. Donnie, I've seen that 100 million times. People not communicating with the kids. I'm gonna give you a prime example. I was one of those inquisitive kids, man. I asked a lot of questions. I mean, kids ask a lot of questions in general. But see, I was thinking about a lot of deep things as a child. So I asked a lot of challenging questions sometimes. And when you would ask certain adults challenging questions, instead of them saying, all right, we're gonna figure out this answer together. If I don't know the answer, they'd get mad at you. They'd get mad at you. Stop asking me these questions. I don't know the answer to this question. Like they'll snap on you for asking some honest questions. This is one of the main reasons why I'm not a fan of religion to this day, because I used to ask adults questions about the religion that they was trying to force on me. I needed to understand what it was that y'all had me rocking with. But you ask those type of questions, man, that the type of responses that you get be crazy from some of the adults. Kid asked me a question, I'll be like, listen, it's okay to say I don't know. All right, we're going to figure this out together then. We're going to do the knowledge and we're going to find the answer together. Because right now I don't have an answer for you. But if I got an answer for you, I'm going to do my best to explain it. If I don't have an answer, though, I'm going to figure this out with you. Instead of snapping on you, stop asking me these questions. What you asking me this for? Like, don't ask questions. Stay out of grown folks, like little stuff like that. Nah, figure that out with them. Figure it out with them. You shun them, guess what? You gonna cause them to deviate from the way of life that you want them to embrace. So you better answer them questions. You better answer those questions. Thunder Scorpion, and that and that happens a lot, man. Instead of them talking to you about the issue, they tell you that you shouldn't be having it. Well, let's look at the reality of it. I got the condom, so it means that I'm probably sexually active. So let's deal with the reality and not the illusion. The illusion is you shouldn't be having sex, so we're not gonna talk about it. We just gonna take these condoms and we gonna act like you're not out here active. The reality is I found the condoms on my 15-year-old. They might be sexually active. Let's break it down to them. First of all, at least they know to be protected out here. Kudos. Second of all, we gonna break down how to be responsible out here in regards to choosing who you have sex with and things of that nature, and not rushing into sexual interactions, sexual encounters, and things of that nature. See, we got to have a conversation like that. That's how you got to approach a situation like that. Darth, peace, what's going on with you? Miss Donnie causes a lot of issues. Yeah, Dominique, man, that trash is going to breed trash, breed more trash, man. And that's just a sad reality of it. That's a sad reality of it. If that child grows up and they see dysfunction and toxicity, 9 times out of 10, they're going to emulate that destruction and that toxicity. Oh, Magic Rims, you got a lot of that be going on, man. A lot of people think stuff like that is okay. And freezing, man. We healing every day. And again, long as we know that. You know, you got some people, again, living in denial. They don't even think that they have a problem to heal from. And we all got some problems that we need to heal from. Long as you acknowledge that, you good. You good. Long as you know that, man, I'm broken, man, and I'm healing every day. Long as you acknowledge that reality, you good. You good. A lot of people don't acknowledge that reality, though. Yeah, Dominique, man, I see a lot of that, man. I go to a store and I just see that parent, man, just like Mike Tyson combos on a child, on a little 3-year-old, and just cursing at him. I'm like, that's very effective. Little child ain't do nothing that warranted a Mike Tyson combo and all these curse words, all this vulgar language. Some simple that they did that they could have easily corrected that issue with a different tone, with a different approach. So a lot of times, man, we take our frustration out on these kids too. You having that bad day, you take it out on your kid, man. They ain't deserve that, man. They just being a 3-year-old, they just being a kid, man. They don't know some of the things they doing might be a little wrong, man. They don't understand that being excited and having a high level of energy can be annoying to you. They don't understand that. They just 3. Thunder Scorpion, peace, man. You enjoy that time with the daughter, yo. Yeah, Magic Rims, and that's what I'm talking about, man. Impulsive, man. They just get angry off the rip just because they didn't ask some questions. Now they mad. Now they mad. Dominique, yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Like I said, I'm asking questions, man. You can't just tell me to believe something or have me believe in something. I don't. At some point, that child is gonna ask questions about what it is that you got them believing. Some point, man, they're gonna ask questions, man, because that's what children do. They want to know why. They're gonna ask questions. They're gonna ask a lot of questions. So you got to be able to answer those questions, man. If you can't answer questions about your way of life, then why are you following it? You know, like what if you can't answer simple questions about your way of life, something that you're trying to force on the child, then why are you following that way of life? You should be able to answer these questions, man. You should be able to answer simple questions. Santriez, peace, man. What's going on with you? We just learning about how to repair the broken homes that lead to a broken mind. Yeah, Lindell, and that happens a lot, man. People just missing out. People missing out on their childhood, man, because like you said, they made them adult decisions at that young age. So they never really got the chance to enjoy their childhood. And then on the flip side of that, some children are not able to enjoy childhood because of their upbringing, because of the parents being trash, man. So you forcing that child to be an adult because you trash. They got to take care of you. They got to take care of the younger brothers and sisters, man. So they're not able to be a child. You forcing them into that role early. They 13, they got to take care of 4 or 5 younger brothers and sisters, man, because you trash. Because you doped up. You drunk every day. So they not able to enjoy being a 12-year-old, being a 13-year-old. They got to be the mother. They got to be the father of the household. Yeah, Ms. Donnie, living in denial, big issue in our communities, man. A lot of people living in that. A lot of people living in denial, whether it be your parenting skills, your health. I mean, just anything, man. We just live in denial in a lot of aspects. A lot of aspects of our lives, we in denial. Magic rims, that's a new thing too. A lot of parents now, instead of like just disciplining the child in silence or in secret, we getting on social media now. We making it go viral. We want to show the whole world how we discipline a child. So we want to embarrass the child online. That's the new thing now. Get online. Go live while you disciplining your child. Like embarrass the child online while you're live. Like that's the new thing. That's what people do now. And that's it. Yeah, Dominique, and the crazy thing about it, a lot of kids don't talk to their parents because the parents don't listen. It's another thing, man. It's just that simple. Some parents wonder why their children never come talk to them because they don't listen. You're not listening to your child. That's why they're not talking to you. You don't listen. Instead, you just want to enforce. You just want to tell that child what they think, what they do, what they should do, this, that, and the third, instead of just listening. So that's why a lot of your children don't come talk to you, because you don't listen to them. You not listening at all. Ms. Donnie, listen, it's a cold world out here when it comes to the drugs, the sexual desires, the logic, all of that. And they, y'all know who they are, have designed it in a way to where these things are prominent. The sexual desires, the drugs, the distorted logic, etc., bad health, all of that. So it's been designed in a way, promoted in a way to make those things prominent. And we, like I said, on a collective scale, don't realize that that was the agenda. So then you will hear people say, you will hear people talk about who the true enemy is. And we again think the biggest enemy is ourselves. Like people that look like us, but that's not necessarily true. That's divide and conquer. The biggest enemy is the unseen hand, the enemy that we don't see. That's the bigger enemy. So we think we fight amongst one another, and we think that's the biggest war that needs to be fought. Oh, wow, it's somebody that created the condition in the first place. And we never tend to acknowledge that unseen hand. Never. Never. All for wisdom, peace. What's going on? So we got a lot of work to do, man, just to break these cycles, man. Like I said, that generational health that I'm talking about, we passing down those bad habits, man. We passing down a lot of bad habits. A lot of people talk about the school system in regards to generational wealth and them incorporating certain courses and classes that help with wealth building. But like I said, on a level of health, we don't know how to be healthy when we graduate from school. All we do is know how to be sick. That's it. So we don't know how to be healthy when we graduate school. Why is health not more of a priority? The little kinesiology class, all them little classes I took back in high school and things of that nature were trash. Gym class was garbage. Like, we don't know how to be healthy. Why is that not a priority in society? Man, we need to learn how to eat, learn how to grow food. These are things that's beneficial, things that we need to be learning in the school system, but we not learning these things. Again, we just learn how to be sick, we learn how to be slaves, and we learn how to be in debt. That's it. That's all we learn how to do and be. Like, that's that our generational health is big, and that's physical health and mental health. We don't know how to deal with the stress that life is about to bring to us once we get out of school, once we get out into the adult world. We don't know how to deal with it. We don't know how to deal with it. That's why a lot of us break down. Because we not taught anything about the things that's about to come our way and how we should deal with them. Ain't taught about that. We were not taught about that at all. So when we become adults and all that stress start hitting us, man, that's why a lot of people just break down. They're like, man, I don't know how to deal with this. Yeah, CC. We wasn't taught life skills at all. And that's what school should be about, man. School should be about life. School should be about life, period. Like, if we not learning life skills, what's the point of going to school? That's what school should be about. You should come out of school and know how to, if you don't know how to do anything else, you should know how to survive in life. You know, that's all school should teach you, really, is how to survive in life. Like, you should literally learn how to survive in life, man. If we don't learn anything else within the school system, we should come out of the school system and just learn how to survive in life. Be able to deal with life, be able to cope with the stress that life is about to bring to us. We should at least be able to do that. Yep, Miss Donnie, we've definitely, as we say, easily led in the wrong direction. And that's what has happened to us, man. And we still traveling in that wrong direction. And we don't truly understand where a lot of this stuff came from and stems from. So we got to get to the root of a lot of the issues that we deal with. And a lot of, like, the root for a lot of issues that we deal with, sadly enough, goes right back to slavery. Goes right back to it. A lot of these bad habits that we have go right back to slavery. Goes right back to it. Literally, even with the way we eat, like, a lot of these problems go right back to slavery. We still haven't recovered from it. Yeah, magic realms and nothing. And you should learn how to defend yourself, you know, self-defense, all that type of stuff. Man, I remember I got in an argument with people when I was saying school should have self-defense classes and things of that nature. Man, people was like, it's not the school's responsibility to do this, that, and third. So I said, it's the school's responsibility to miseducate us. That's what you telling me? All for wisdom, exactly. Exactly. Goes against the agenda. If they taught us how to be at peace, if they was teaching meditation to us as youngins, how to breathe properly, how to eat properly, how to be successful on your own, self-sufficient. They taught these things, how to defend yourself. If they taught us these things, this world would be a lot different, and they know that. So that's why they don't do it. That's why they don't do it, man. When you go back and study the ancestors, man, in the Egyptian mystery schools, man, they was learning about life. They were mastering life. Like, that's what they were being taught. That's what they were studying, life. The Egyptian mystery schools, them people, they were studying life. That's what they were studying. They were mastering life, literally. That's what they were doing. Yeah, Dominique, definitely not taught to deal with the world as it is, man. Of course, they're not going to teach the truth about themselves. Of course, they're not going to do that. So the whole while, like, They teaching us the garbage about like ourselves, about our history. They leaving out the knowledge about themselves and their history, man. So we think that we got to depend on them whole while we more powerful than them, but we think we got to depend on them. We think we got to rely on them in order for us to earn our living and things of that nature. So it's like even with the broken home scenario, the broken home situation, we got to understand their role in that because they always have a role. They always have a role. I'm not saying we got to blame the system. I'm not saying we got to blame the white man, not ever saying that. But what you must do is acknowledge the role of the system. System definitely has a role in the broken home, in the dysfunctional home. They benefit from us being broken and dysfunctional. If we were not broken and if we were fully functional, then it'd be a whole different ball game out here, and they know that. So they benefit off of us being dysfunctional and broken. So they got to keep us that way. They got to maintain that. Yeah, Santriez, it's difficult, man. You 400 plus years, man. Difficult. And that's why I say, man, the time is now. So the time is always now to start breaking these cycles, breaking these curses, breaking this the dysfunction. But like I said, we got to always acknowledge the role that they have played in regards to the condition because they definitely have a role in it. They didn't create plenty of laws, plenty of environments, plenty of situations that contribute to our current condition. Oh, Miss Donnie, they love it. They love it. They like, listen, let's promote the most trash song on the planet to encourage them to continue to degrade these women and not value these women. Let's find an artist that can give us the most toxic song on the man, and we gonna play it on the radio 20 times every hour. I can't tell y'all the last time I listened to the radio, but when I used to listen to the radio, same song, they playing the same 5 to 10 songs every hour, like clockwork. So it's like, man, let's find a song that can create the most division. Let's find the most toxic music and let's keep it in rotation. Make them addicted to it through repetition. That's how we gonna do them. Then the drugs, we already know they supplying the people with the drugs. We know that. Know they doing that. As they say with CIA cracking America, man, we know who was responsible for that. We know who's smuggling the drugs in here. We know who's supplying the drugs. We know who doing that. Oh yeah, Miss Donnie, yeah, most definitely. And that's why they do it. That's why they do it through repetition. Don't hear the same thing, same message. Never balance it out. Never counter it, never neutralize it. Hence why they had to stop, because back in the day they used to play more uplifting and positive music. A lot of so-called conscious music was mainstream back in the day, but that had too much of a positive impact on the people because they was able to neutralize some of the toxic music that may have been out here. They didn't like that, so they had to change the game. They had to change the game. They said, all right, we can't be neutralizing that negative and that toxic music with this positive music. Can't be doing that. So they stopped doing that. Oh yeah, Dominique, man, it's real. Everywhere I go, even when I would go down south, same songs, same songs. Yeah, Magic Rims, everything sounds exactly the same. Oh yeah, Dominique Gary Webb. I read his joints, and Rick Ross. I got his autobiography. And even like I said, Tukey Williams, man, he just even talked about some of the things that they was doing back in the day to kind of keep the gang war going on. And y'all know how the Crips originally started. It ain't have anything to do with destruction. It ain't have anything to do with us killing one another. Y'all know that story though. They made it about that. They had a role in making it about that. They definitely had a role in making it about that. But initially it wasn't created. It wasn't created with that in mind. It wasn't created with those intentions, man. The Crips. That just wasn't what that ain't what they was created for, man. Protecting the neighborhood. That's what we was on. We was trying to protect the neighborhood, protect the block. We had to do that. From some of y'all. Then y'all want to make it look like we was a gang. Y'all the biggest gangs, man. You go study, like I said, I be watching the mob bosses, man. You go study that stuff back in the day. These ain't no black dudes. White dudes out here. Mob bosses. Charge of these gangs, man. These gangs are these white gangs. So they tried to make our little groups to protect our communities. They tried to make them gangs. They tried to make them bad, and they did a good job. Oh, Miss Donnie, that's sick. You say he giving into his surroundings. What is his surroundings, man? What is he giving into? Because that we can't be doing that, especially if it's something that's toxic. We gotta evaluate or reevaluate the surroundings. If we giving into them surroundings, then it's toxic. It's causing us to be unproductive or destructive. Oh, Magic Realms, man. It's all political. All of that is political at the end of the day. All of it. The mafia, the mob, how they be connected to the government. These politicians. You could trace it back to the Vatican. Like, man, listen, man, they be connected out here. You see these mob bosses, they got money behind certain politicians. They got money behind certain pastors, preachers, like whatever you want to call them. Like, they be connected out here. They be connected. You'll be surprised to find out who's connected with some mob bosses, with the mafia and things of that nature, man. When y'all see these people, when y'all see certain situations where these politicians run into some trouble, who you think they sticking on some of these people? Who you think they sticking on some of these people? Ah, Miss Donnie, hold up. All right. So we gotta chop it up with my brother here. What is dude on? He can't be no, and no. Yeah, he got too much else that he needs to be focusing on than the two things that you have mentioned. Gotta get them priorities in order. Nah. No, can't be traveling down that path at all. The sexual desires and the drugs, life way bigger than those things, man. Especially when you bring a life into this world, man. No. No, dude, gotta get that reality check. We gotta chop it up. We gotta find the bro. We gotta find bro. This ain't happening. This ain't happening. Hey, Ms. Don, that's all you can do is stay strong and push through. That's what you must do it now. It's sad that you almost don't have an option now. You gotta be strong, gotta push through. Magic Realms, yeah, I actually brought that book up on one of my streams. Operation Gladio talks about the Vatican, the CIA, and mafia. Oh yeah, Dominique Gambino, man, I be watching all of them, and a lot of them be getting off. But then again, you live by the gun, die by the gun. So some of them end up dying by the gun, man. But for the most part, they be doing all type of dirt, and don't nothing be happening to them. Then when something happened to them, it's light. Now we did the same thing they got caught up for, then we in their life. Oh, Santriez, yeah, that's exactly what it meant. And you know what they did with it. You know how they twisted it. Oh, Miss Donnie, man. So dude older than me. Wait a minute now. Yeah, dude, wait a minute. Yeah, dude tripping. Dude tripping. Dude just flat out tripping. Dude flat out tripping. We can't have that. We can't have that, man. You cannot neglect the foundation. We can't have that. Gotta get his head together, man. Gotta get his head together. Gotta get, hey man, gotta get in the game. Gotta get in the game. Gotta get in the game, man. That's sick. And this is why, once again, I say what I say. Once again, this is exactly why I say what I say, man, because we got situations like that. We got situations like this cracking off. This is why I say what I say. This is why I had a perspective or the view that I have towards black women, because again, that's sick. That's messed up. Yeah, Dominique, man, like I said, that's why they say you live by it, you die by it. That's why I never wanted to live by it. Miss Donnie, and that's exactly why I say what I say. That's exactly why I say what I say. But then if I was to say that, if I was to be like, oh, protect them, because this is what they're going through, then once again, coming at the neck. People coming at my neck. If I sit here and say, hey, I can be like, hey, I got somebody that's going through this, that, and the third, they gonna act like you deserved it or you did something to deserve it. Or what she do? She must have did something. Oh, she ain't do nothing but had this man kids. That's what she did. She should be protected just off of the strength of that. She should be protected off of the strength of giving birth to your kids. That's it. She bringing us into this world. I don't feel like I need to be giving y'all a dissertation in regards to why I feel like they should be protected. Miss Donnie here it is right there. That's why I say what I say. That's why I say what I say. I feel like that's messed up. And I feel like that's trash for a man to, like, listen, when you get a woman pregnant, right? And she is forced to walk around pregnant for 9 months or so. And you go out here living your best life, giving in to your sexual desires, neglecting that whole situation you got. You need to be giving all your energy to this woman that is carrying your seed, your child. Why are you going out here fulfilling all of your sexual desires? That is garbage, and that's trash as a grown man. That's trash and that's garbage as a grown man to be going out here doing that. Like that's trash. That's trash. I just want to say that. Oh, Miss Donnie, man, we transparent around here, and hopefully we help you through the situation by some of the positivity, because we don't like to see that. So we gonna make sure the village protects you. This is a village here. This is a village. I don't know where you reside at, but hey, if you ever are close to St. Louis, you taken care of, you good. You good. We gonna see to it that you good, man. We ain't finna, no. We ain't finna let it go down like that. Oh, CC, yeah, 1 foot in, 1 foot out, 1 foot in. Nah, you gotta make a decision. Gotta make a decision. Oh, Jalen, you already know. And that's why I say, man, we need to redirect that energy from these gang members out here. Redirect the energy, man, because again, like I said, that's why I still stay connected to some of these brothers, man, because again, when it's time to go to war, if you can really get them to realize who the actual enemy is, them gonna be your soldiers. That's gonna be your army right there. They just wasting the bullets on the wrong people. Magic Realms, yeah, they always showing the agenda. They always letting us know what the agenda is. Yeah, they always letting us know what the actual agenda is, man. They always letting us know. Always letting us know. Yeah, Miss Donnie, man, and that's how I operate. Like a lot of times, I just deal with my problem solo dolo. Learning how to become a little more transparent with some of my issues, some of the things that I'm dealing with, which is one of the reasons why I was actually considering going to therapy and things of that nature, just to chop it up with somebody else about, you know, ways that I was feeling and all of that good stuff, man. But at the end of the day, I'm just learning how to express myself. Monte, oh, Shine, but I never in 100 years will you hear me go in on gang members, because like I said, I'm still connected to a lot of brothers that live that life, because a lot of them are actually more receptive to the information than people that think they know something. So I'll actually touch a lot more of those brothers than people who you would think I would be touching. And when it's all said and done, I'm gonna need them brothers on my side. So I don't necessarily talk bad about them. I just wish I could get more of them to see who the actual enemy was or is. But on the flip side of that, I understand what's actually going on too. You dealing with proximity. So at the same time where I feel like we got a bigger enemy, at the same time that I say that, I got to be realistic and understand that you also got somebody that lives 2 neighborhoods down from you that got a price on your head. So you got to defend yourself. So I'd be ignorant if I acted like that wasn't a reality too. If you go into the wrong neighborhood, the wrong color on, that can cost you your life, man. So you got to protect yourself in that regard, because you got real life enemies that stay not too far from you. So you're not really able to see the bigger enemy, because you got to deal with the closer enemy right now. So I understand that, and I'd be ignorant to say that. That's why I try to chop it up with a lot of brothers like that. Because again, got to understand, I ain't come from no, like I was right around that, right in the middle of that. Could have easily walked that path, walked that life. So I stay connected to a lot of them brothers, because like I said, for the most part, a lot of them brothers gonna ride for you. And when I went into business, or when I was thinking about it, a dude that is a very successful businessman told me flat out, this is how I know stuff be real out here. This is how I know these politicians be having that muscle. Because dude told me flat out, he said, hey, when you get to a certain point in business, he was like, man, keep a couple of them on the payroll. And y'all know what I mean by a couple of them. He said, keep a couple of them on the payroll. He said, listen, when they get locked up and you help them get locked, he said, them people gonna have your back and be loyal to you like no other. So he said, keep a couple of them on payroll. So I already know. I never talk bad about my brothers, man, in the streets. I get it. You know, I definitely get it. I just wish sometimes that we could be like, hey, let's take this unification. Let's take this unity right here that the gangs possess, and let's direct it in this direction. But I get it, though. It ain't going to change overnight. And sometimes when certain events happen, some of these gangs do unify temporarily. So it does happen. It has happened. So I love the concept of gang. That's why I came up with Knowledge Gang. I love the concept of it because of the unity. And a lot of gangs did not originate for the sole purpose of destroying people that look just like them, like we was just talking about. I got Crips in my family, you know, so I already know how I go. You're not going to get more unity than you're going to see within some of these gangs. It's some people, it's some family members that don't have that. It's some families out here that don't have that type of unity. when you study the mob, when you study the mafia, when you study some of these gangs, you talk about, listen, you talk about loyalty, man, you ain't gonna see loyalty like until you start studying the mafia and their families. I mean, that stuff be crazy. That's true loyalty right there. When you start studying some of these gangs and mafia and mob, you see loyalty. You see people living out. They not gonna snitch. They gonna take a bullet for the family. But they gonna die for this family. That's real. There's some people in your immediate family right now that if it came down to it, they gonna snitch on you to save their life. Whole while I can go find the gang. I can go find some members in the gang that they ain't gonna snitch. They gonna take that bullet. They gonna take an L. They gonna lose their life. Man, that's loyalty, yo, and that's loyalty. I mean, that's loyalty. It may sound crazy to some of y'all, but that's loyalty. It's hard to infiltrate that. Like I said, you got a cousin right now. You got a cousin right now that'll snitch on you. That'll tell on something you did 20 years ago. You got a cousin right now that if all broke down, he gonna sing to the people on you. So you got cousins right now that don't have your back. Some of my most loyal friends, man, have been people that was connected to the streets like that. So I ain't even gonna lie to you. I just had to go on a little bit on that, man, because I honestly don't like when people just criticize a lot of the brothers that's out here living that street life. I don't necessarily like that myself. Because like I said, I've been cool with a lot of. And for the most part, a lot of times these people came from broken homes, broken families, and they was looking for that unity. They was looking for that family structure, and they had to create it or they had to join a gang. So listen, like I said, we could just take that gang mentality and apply it to the other enemy that's out here, the unseen hand. We finna be rolling. Just look at the Nation of Islam. Look at a lot of the FOI. A lot of them were former gang members. A lot of the people that protect Farrakhan right now to this day, a lot of them were former gang members. A lot of them were people that used to be out here in the streets heavy. Listen, when it's time to get your soldiers, you gonna be going to the streets. You're not about to be finding people that ain't never had to do some dirt. That ain't who you ain't gonna want them type of people fighting the fight. You going right to the streets. I guarantee you, if you do the knowledge to a lot of brothers that's in the FOI right now protecting Farrakhan, they gonna have that background. Hey, Ms. Donnie, that's crazy. That's crazy that's how you tapped in. That's peace though. We glad to have you. Yeah, Ms. Donnie, they be singing. I'm telling you. They get they Brian McKnight on out here. They be singing. He's singing. Your own cousin, your own brother, your own sister. Can't trust him. Yeah, Dominic, I'm telling you, man, listen. When you that's why I don't have problems a lot of times. And that's why I don't have a lot of heat that come my way. I'm cool with everybody. I'm cool with everybody. If you come to St. Louis, if you in St. Louis, y'all know how dangerous St. Louis can be. Y'all done heard about the stuff on the news. Y'all can look it up. But I'm pretty much cool wherever I go. Whatever bad part of St. Louis you think about, I probably know 2 or 3 people that you need to know in those neighborhoods. Therefore, I'm good. Because that one person that got some pulled know me or know of me. And therefore, I'm good. Once that one person know you, that one important person know you good, you straight. They finna look out for you, especially when they know you doing good things. Y'all done seen it. When you in that bad neighborhood and you got that, you the athlete, what the gang members do? The gang members look out for that athlete, man. They don't want that athlete selling that dope. They don't want that athlete out here involved in that dirty work. They want that person to stay focused. They like, man, you got to get up out the hood. You don't need to be doing what we doing. I have seen this. Like, man, hey, you don't need to be caught up in this life that we caught up in, man. You good. You got them skills. You got talent. Get up out of here. Montel, exactly why we don't have expectations. Oh yeah, see, that advice is peace right there. Lean on some good friends and family for support. Heck, lean on this chat for support. You got some support somewhere. If you ain't got it anywhere, you got it here. Oh, Montel, and that's how it is. Same here. Freezing the game, man. I'm already knowing. Hey, a lot of some of the streams that I do, you gotta rewind them, play them back. Sometimes I gotta do it myself, man. I've been and said some things, man, and didn't realize what I said, and there was a little jewel in there that I had to catch myself. But we out here, man. We got to have each other's back, man. That's important. That's crucial. We gotta protect one another, man. Like I said, it's real out here. There's people going through some real life things out here, man. Oh, Shane, peace, man. It's been a minute. What's going on with you? Oh yeah, Dominique, and that's what I'm saying, man. A lot of people like it be wicked, and that's why. And I'm gonna be honest with you. That's one reason why I resonated with Nip, and that's one reason why I just kind of be mindful because I consider myself a person of that caliber in regards to Nip. What do I mean by that? I'm a cool dude, so I don't mind like opening myself up to a lot of people, and I realize that can be a problem because I'm so cool with a lot of people. That can end up backfiring on me. Like I realize that can backfire on me, man. I'm just a cool person, man. I'm cool with people from a lot of different walks of life, a lot of different neighborhoods. I'm just cool with a lot of people. I've helped a lot of people. I've helped a lot of people. I've looked out for a lot of people, man. I've did a lot for a lot of different people, and I'm like, man, that can turn around, that can backfire on you, man. Just look at Nip when you least expect it. You doing good things in your community, and somebody hate on you. Like that's what I'm on right now. Like I was just like, man, I see myself in Nip, so I gotta watch how I move. What I'm doing, I'm opening the gym up in my community type deal, close to it. So it's like, man, I gotta be mindful. I gotta watch how I move. I can't just be trusting any and everybody. I gotta be skeptical, man. I don't know what people up to. So unfortunately, that's how you gotta operate and move, especially when you're doing things in your own city. And I know and I understand that, man, and I'm paying attention. Oh, Shane, no doubt, man. Hey, I know how it is. Got to get that work in. Got to get them finances together. Get that money up. I already know. Freezing the game, man. Like they say, man, when you ready, that person will appear. So when you was ready, I was here. Yeah, Magic, and people definitely tend to use your words as weapons against you. So that's why I'm real mindful in regards to who I share things with. Because again, I don't want somebody using my words as a weapon, using my experiences as a weapon, man, to tear me down. I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want to be around people that possess that type of mentality. Percy, man, appreciate the donation. Then you say there are so much damage that broken homes do, and let's not talk about the damage poverty brings. And that's when we start talking about the systematic ramifications behind what's going on. Poverty. Poverty. A lot of people don't understand that some of these things and some of these gangs that people is poverty. Poverty. Man, you didn't told me to try to get these jobs, and I've been trying to do everything the honest way, but it's not working out in my man. Listen, I know some personal situations where people out here trying to get these jobs and do things the honest way, but the type of pay that they are getting offered is garbage. Like you can't earn a little, you can't take care of yourself with this type of pay that people are offering these people, let alone several kids. So it's like, man, if I'm a grown man, I got to provide by any means. If I'm out here trying to do things an honest way and it ain't working out for me, it's like, man, I'm finna take matters into my own hand. When I study the mob and the mafia, a lot of them dudes, that's the reason why they went into the gang life. Because they had to provide, they had to be the man of the house. And they wasn't able to earn that living the honest way. So they said, all right, man, we finna just start robbing. We finna just start stealing. We finna start doing these type of things. Because, man, I'm out here selling these oranges, man. It's not bringing in enough. So I'm like, man, all right, I got to go do something else. I need something quick, fast. And that's why a lot of people gravitate toward that lifestyle. And this is age old. So, man, poverty is a big problem. Poverty is a big problem, especially when your group, the people that look like you, it has been systematically designed to keep them people at the bottom. That makes it 20 times worse. So you just being discriminated against because of how you look. And you ain't even asked to be here. So you being discriminated against because of your pigmentation. And they want to criminalize you for taking matters into your own hand. Man, I said it a long time ago. And people can take it how they want to. But sometimes I see why brothers start selling drugs out here. Not saying that I've ever sold them and would sell them. But, man, I can see it. I can see it. Like, man, you trying to do everything, man. You working 2 or 3 jobs. And those 2 or 3 jobs ain't paying you nothing. You barely able to keep the lights on with the 2 or 3 jobs. Then you go to school, then they tell you overqualified, so you can't even get a decent job with the degree because now you overqualified for the basic jobs. But then the jobs that you want with the degree, they tell you that you don't have enough experience. But it's like I was trying to go to school, so I wasn't able to get the experience. So, man, it's a crazy game out here. It's a crazy game out here, man. Poverty brings on big problems. Big problems. And then on top of poverty, financial literacy. So I don't necessarily think the solution is to just give people more money, because the thing of it is, you give these people more money, they just gonna blow it. So on top of the money, you need to give them the financial literacy, the financial education. So a lot of people think the solution is to just give people more money, give them better paying jobs, give them a stimulus, give them this, that, and the third. That's not a good solution to me. You got to educate the people first. They need to learn what to do with the money, because I've watched people that were impoverished get lump sums of money working at a bank and how they blow it. It be going in a day. And I'm talking about blow it, not spending on things that they need to spend it on. I'm talking about purchasing things that they don't need to be purchasing. So that's financial literacy. So to neutralize the poverty, we need to teach the financial literacy. Once you educate people in regards to the financial literacy, even if they don't have the money, they're going to learn how to get the money in a legal manner. Once you teach them about financial literacy, then once they get the money, they're going to learn what to do with the money. CC, it's a very hostile environment. Very, very hostile. And freezing the game. Now that is crazy. And I know, and I'm telling you, I know how I go. I know how I go. Like I said, I was on Facebook, man. I had a brother just basically straight challenging to fight me that I ain't never seen in my life that lives in this area, man. So I'm like, all right. You know, I think nothing of it. See, and that's what I had to stop doing. When somebody making threats like that, I usually sweep the stuff under the rug. Like, if you see me, you see me. And we can handle it when you see me, because I'm not hard to find. But then I had to think about it. I said, nah, that ain't wise, man. I gotta stay on point. Gotta stay on point out here. Gotta stay on point out here, man. So I don't trust that, because like I said, I'm cool with a lot of people. I don't do a lot of things to disturb people. So it's like when somebody out here, making threats, that's interesting. That's interesting. Yeah, Magic Realms, man. This was on Facebook a while ago. Facebook a while ago, man. It was like some months ago, where somebody was out here just challenging to fight me. And I'm like, dude, first of all, it ain't hard to find me. A lot of people know me. A lot of people know where I'm at. So I'm like, if you really want to see me, you can find me. But I was like, I went right back to that neighborhood mentality. Said, that ain't wise. I said, that ain't wise. I was like, that ain't wise. I said, let me snap out of that mentality, man. Let me just handle this in a different light. Because again, it's that temper. See, I'm ready at any point to like handle it with some hands or something like that. But that's not how people operate. That'll end up costing you your life, man. So I was just like, I'm going to be more on point. So now I just watch my surroundings because you never know. You never know what people are plotting on you because people like to hate, especially when you're doing good things. You got an establishment, man, they might try to do something to you. So I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna watch my back a little bit more. I ain't gonna take this too lightly. So it is what it is, man. I got too many people in this city that's ride for you, man. I got too many people that got my back, let alone me having my own back. Because I'm already, what they say, stay dangerous. I'm already out here like that. So I'm already like expecting something to happen because it's so weird in this city. So I'm like, all right. So at any given moment, I'm expecting for something to pop off. So I stay that way, stay paranoid type deal. And that prevents a lot. That prevents a lot. Yeah, see, it's sick. And I think, dude, as a matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, dude brought it up from something I said on YouTube. When I don't know if y'all remember back when I first had started streaming, I think I had talked about how people talk about vegans as if we are weak. And I had made a comment. And I'm like, man, if you think a vegan is weak, if you think a vegan man is weak, then I challenge you to like work out with me or something like that. And I think dude took that as a challenge to say, well, let's fight then. And I'm like, dude, what? I'm like, what are you talking about? So I think he brought up something I said on here along those lines. And I'm like, listen, if that's something you want to do, cool, but I'm not about to go out of my way as a grown man to set up fighting another grown man. That's not going to happen. And I even said within that video, within that stream, that I was like, man, I'm challenging. Hey, I said, work out with me. He didn't want to do that, though. Miss Donnie, man, most definitely. Most definitely keep it laid back. And you definitely don't want a mad black woman. No, definitely don't want to deal with that. But I definitely keep it laid back, man. I try to keep it cool, try to keep it peaceful. And it's a reason why I do that. Reason why I do this because I know how far I've come as far as my temper. And I like to keep it that way. So I don't like to activate that bad temper. So it's like to neutralize that, I just try to remain cool and calm. But it's like I said, a lot of people try to get you out of character. They try to get you out of that. Yeah, Dominique, they think it's sweet. Yeah, they think it's they think it's sweet, Dominique. Like I said, man, I'm not about to go out of my way for any type of confrontation. But at the same time, if something comes my way, I'm gonna deal with it. Not finna run from it. Something comes my way, I gotta deal with it. Like I said, I done been in some situations. That's why I feel like I got a purpose to fulfill. Man, I done been in some situations where I wasn't supposed to really walk away from the situation, or the situation could have easily ended terribly for me. So I done walked away from like 3 situations like that. Really 2. But I done walked away from situations like that where it's like, man, a lot of people don't make it out of these situations. And I did. So it's like, man, I got a purpose to fulfill. Oh, Magic Rims, no doubt. No doubt about it, man. People just lame out here. Instead of people picking up on what I said about going plant-based, he picks up on that and now wants to fight. So I'm like, man, did you listen to anything else I said about going plant-based? Did you hear me break down any of the benefits that I said about going plant-based? Did you hear me break down all of the myths that come along with going vegan and things of that nature? Didn't hear any of that. Didn't want to build on any of that. Yeah, Miss Donnie, man, came a long way. Nah, Trayvon, retaliation. It wasn't gonna be no strangling with no locks. Wasn't gonna be no strangling with no locks. Somebody just gonna get tossed. Just about to get tossed. One thing I ain't about to do is play around with grown man. Like I'm just we ain't finna do that. We ain't finna be doing all of that tussling. It's not happening. But yeah, man, when you've come a long way in regards to your temperament and things of that nature, man, people try to bring you down. They try to bring that bad side up out of you. They try to bring that temper up out of you. And I do my best to not allow that temper to come up out of me, man, because I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that at all. So when you around those people, man, that's trying to bring that bad side up out of you, man, you got to get away from them. Get away from them environments. Get away from those people. Trayvon, man. So you be inventing the finishing moves. Yeah, Dominique, it don't lead to anything, man. It don't lead to anything at all. You don't even feel that much better after you do it, man. You just be like, man, what was that even for? Just wasting my time. I could have been doing something more productive with my time than that. Yeah, Magic Rims, like I say, man, I take that Malcolm X approach, man. I ain't finna go out of my way for confrontation, but I will defend myself. Definitely will do that. Definitely don't have a problem defending myself, but I'm not about to go out of my way to start anything. But if you bring something to me, I will defend myself. That's how I operate. I operate on that level of Malcolm X, man. I'm going to defend myself by any means. So if you bring the nonsense my way, I'm defending myself. Like that's my right, that's my duty to defend myself. Oh, Dominique, we going down. Like somebody touched Queen, somebody touched my mom, somebody touched my sister. It's rap. We just going down. It's gonna go down. Period. Now it ain't even gonna be no questions asked. We just going down. It's just going down. It's just gonna go down. Like not one question is gonna be asked. Because there is no correct answer to why you just did what you did. Not one correct answer. So it's gonna have to go down. Oh yeah, Magic Rims, the martial arts are all crucial. Freezing the game. Listen, I already know. I already know. Been there, done that. Been there, done that when that when that neighborhood mentality just come out of you real quick. So again, that's why I try to tell people. I try to tell people all the time. I made a joke on Facebook. I said, I don't know why people think I'm a peaceful Buddha because my temper's shorter than me. That was my Facebook status. So I'm like, man, people be thinking everything peaceful. I'm like, I'm the reason why I'm choosing to be peaceful right now is to protect you because my temper is terrible. So at any given time, when you push me to that level, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. And it really actually don't take much to get me to that level because, like I said, the temper is so short. So that's why I try to choose who I interact with wisely because it don't take much. So I'm like, listen, I gotta be peaceful. I gotta be the way that I am right now because if I'm not, it's gonna be a problem, and I'm gonna end up somewhere I don't want to be because I don't know if I'm gonna be able to control my reaction and my response. To Renzo, my brother, what's going on? Yeah, Trayvon, man, like things can definitely go left. When they go left, I'm ready for it. That's why every time I go anywhere, man, where it's a large group of people, That's why I'm the way that I am. I don't trust large groups of people because I always feel like something about to go left. When it do, I'm in there. I'm ready. I'm ready for it. I had a lot of situations back in the day. I was caught up in situations I ain't had nothing to do with stuff like that's why I be having the mentality that I have. Man, I remember one time I was a young bull, and it was a fight that broke out where I was at. Security guard trying to fight me, like big old dude, man. Dude was like 6'5", 330, and I'm like 15, and dude swinging on me. Some of the softest punches I've ever felt in my life from a 6'5", 330-pound dude, and I'm like 15. But I'm like, man, I ain't have nothing to do with the situation, man. He just came out, tried to cold clock me. Luckily, I was able to defend myself. But little situations like that happening to me, man, keep me on my toes. I'm like, man, I don't trust nothing. Even if I'm not involved in the situation, I'm liable to still take an L. Freezing the game, that's how you got to be. Yeah, Trayvon. I just laugh. Well, I don't even laugh. I don't laugh a lot. But I just be chilling. Man. I hit people with the okay. And Jalen, you asked we're gonna have meet and greets, man. That's coming soon. That's coming soon. Yeah, Dominique, no doubt. Be sitting in jail looking stupid. Like, man, was it worth it? Was it worth it? Was that fight? Was it really worth it? People got to bail me out. People got to come get me up out of jail. Was it worth it? It wasn't worth it. It's never worth it. Yeah, man, Magic Realms fights used to happen everywhere back in the day, just everywhere. And that's why now I just, like I said, just watch where I go, man. Real mindful of my environment. Cause I don't got time. I don't got time to be dealing with that type of stuff as a grown man. Just I don't have time for it. I don't have time for it at all. But with that being said, y'all, man, this was another powerful stream. But y'all know how I go for me, man. I got some little moves I gotta make. Got some knowledge I gotta do. Oh yeah, freezing the game. Like, hey, I got very short temper, man. Like I said, 5'6". I ain't that tall. So that temper is short. A lot of people, and that's why that's why a lot of people just from the neighborhood just earn their respect. A lot of people don't mess with me. A lot of people never, even when I went to high school, man, and I was just did like, they used to try to mess with the freshman football, but wasn't nobody messing with me. This just wasn't for that. I'm not doing that. So I learned to defend myself early. I was raised in the typical manner. When somebody hit you, you hit them back. You don't let nobody bully you. Nowadays, they raising these kids to be so soft. Hence why people going for the gun, man. People just soft out here, man. But I was raised in that light. You hit me, I hit you back. You're not gonna bully me. Not happening. That's how I was raised. Defend yourself. Was raised that way, got a lot of respect. You wasn't bullying me. Wasn't bullying me at all. And once people learn that, once the bully learns that I can't bully him, they move on. They move on. They move on. They like, I can't deal with him, dude, finna fight me back. The bully gonna prey on the weak, the person that's not gonna defend himself. You can be the smallest person in the room, but if that person know that you gonna fight and defend yourself, they not gonna mess with you. Even if you take an L, man, they still not gonna mess with you because they know every time they mess with you, you're gonna fight. Eventually, you're gonna get the best of them. So that's why I always tell people, man, defend yourself, man. Don't let nobody bully you. Don't let nobody bully you. Don't let anybody bully you. See, they bullies are big time insecure. So that's why you never let them bully you. Because they dealing with an insecurity. You never let them bully you. Stand up to that bully. Stand up to that bully. Protect yourself. That's the best way to get rid of the bully. The best way. Man, my phone went off. But like I said, with that being said, man, I got moves to make, got some knowledge to do so I can bring y'all some more powerful information. So I got to get in my studies. This was another powerful stream, man. I appreciate all comments, questions, all that good things, all those good things, the donations. Y'all enjoy the rest of this Sunday. May tap back in with y'all tomorrow. Depends on how I'm feeling. Weather getting beautiful where I'm at, man. So we feeling good. So y'all take it easy out here. I'm gonna catch y'all tomorrow. Peace.